सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ वीताखिलशास्त्रसुधाजलदे महितोपनिषत्कथितार्थनिधे हृदये कलेवलं शरणं भवशङ्करदेशिकसे मे शरणं। समस्तब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो नमः। मण्डूकमहर्षये गौडपादाचार्यवर्याय आद्यशङ्कर अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ अथ अथर्ववेदान्तर्गत माण्डूक्योपनिषत् शान्तिमन्त्रः। भद्रङ्गर्णेभिः शृणुयामदेवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागंसस्तनोभिः वशेमदेवैतं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। अथ अलात्ता शान्ति आख्य चतुर्थ प्रकरणम्। ॐ 78 very clear. बुद्ध्वा अनिमित्ततां सत्यां हेतुं पृथक् अनाप्नुवन् वीतशोकं तथा कामम् अभयं पदमश्नुते. So in these two lines the mantra number 78, not only the summary of what is taught so far is explained, but it is the summary of the highest state of sadhana or understanding we have to reach to. That is explained in first line. Second line, obviously a question is asked, with so much of struggle, work and detachment and all that, you tell us to achieve this of what is said in first line. But what is the benefit of it? Why should we do? The phala is said in the second one. And that phala mahima, when you understand, then the sadhana we will understand. We'll do this way today. First phala mahima. What is phala mahima? Vita shokam tatha akamam tatha abhayam padam ashnute. So, three things are said. Padam ashnute means he will ashnute means prapnoti. Prapnoti means he revels in, or he enjoys, or he establishes in that situation or status or position permanently. That's called padam ashnute. Now, one point we have to say once for all: the padam position station achieved by Vedanta, the ultimate, is not like any other padams which have retirement age, which are the removed removable timings होते हैं ना. कोई भी पद शाश्वत नहीं रहता, गो चला जाता है. 5 साल 10 साल, कोई 3 term 4 terms. But this padam of recognizing the ultimate is shashvatam. Shashvatam padam avyayam. Clear? So you will reach to shashvata pada. First you understand padam ashnute. From there is no falling down. What is the beauty in that pada or position or status or a being or an experience? In that these three will not be there. And these three put together is called the entire samsara and entire struggle and entire badha of the entire jivas of the entire universe. What are the three words? Shokam, second is kamam, third one is bhayam. Only these three are the ones with which every jiva is bound. In animal, shoka, kama are less, but bhayam is always there. In human being, all the three are there, and because of which alone he goes into animal, into pashu, and as a human also he behaves like pashu rakshasa, and the end result is miserable only. Each word is very important here. First it starts with kamam, desire. It starts with sankalpa, and sankalpa when it becomes strong it becomes kamana. So dhyayato vishayan pumsaha is called sankalpa. Sangastesu jayate, sanga sanjayate kamaha. Kama leads to the bhayam, whether I will be able to fulfill or not. When it is fulfilled, it again continues bhayam. Will it continuously be fulfilled or not? If at all not fulfilled, it leads to the shokam. Either of these three, our life is always in. In any one of them we are in Jiva Bhava Samsara. Mukti is beyond all this. That is called as a Padamashnute. Therefore, Kamanas have ended, Bhaya is ended, Shoka is ended. Bhaya is an indication of identification with the Deha. Always remember. Because when we are identified with Deha, कब देह को क्या प्रॉब्लम होगा, डरते ही रहते हैं. That's why little hunger we can't withstand. खाना है नहीं तो क्या होगा. Little disease, run to doctor, take medicine. नहीं तो क्या होगा. And somebody says like that, इतना डरते हैं कि क्या होगा. 90% of our fears are देह related. Therefore, देह तादात्म्य leads to the भय. And that's why उस देह को रक्षा करने के लिए क्या क्या नहीं करते हैं लोग इस जगत में. So, deha samasya is bhayam. Then the shoka samasya is of the mana. Mind is always in some shoka. Shoka ravati is shoka. Shoka means not only crying profusely with tears in eyes, always in a mood of disappointment, in a mood of something lacking, in a mood of always feeling low. That's called shoka. Like the child. That's what today somebody sent a beautiful message. What is the difference between children and old people? Very contextual thought it is. It is applicable sometime, not always, but still I share with you. They have given two pictures, a child and an old man. Child man is so miserable, frustrated, perhaps because he takes life seriously. That's the quotation. But a lot of message in that. And child is happy because he takes it lightly. But that old man's bhayam of death, every moment running behind. That is called deha ka mrityu ka bhaya hai. Then I am talking about the shoka of the mana. He always in that mood of frustration, depression, some disappointment, dejection. ये मन के मूड को शोक कहते हैं. Shoka. And then what is kamana? That is the common eyes of the intellect. Intellect, when highly utilized, it thinks and understands about the truth, and that truth is me and it is infinite. At that level, intellect makes us free from desires. But at the lower level, the desire comes in the intellect only first. Then it is strengthened by the emotion in the mind, then acted through the body to complete it or fulfill it. And these kamanas we only decide. संकल्प हो गया, उसको कामना बना देते हैं. I must have it only. I have decided that I must have a house. I have decided I must have a car, or I have decided I must have that plot mine. I have decided I must have this company. These are all the diseases of the intellect. Many times we say the desire is a rogue of the mana. Okay, but here when we are clearly describing these three, शोका मन का कारण है, मन का रोग है, कामना बुद्धि का रोग है, और शरीर का रोग है भयम. And how many ways you can talk about each of these three and their interconnection, a homework is given to you. First, deha bhaya comes up. Then, to remove the bhaya of the deha, the desire in the intellect comes up. And while fulfilling the intellect, what we want is not achieved. Therefore, shoka comes in the mind. This is one way of connection. Deha bhaya leading to kamana to shoka. From that side, if you see, first kamana comes up. Then whether it will be fulfilled or not, the bhaya comes up. When really the fulfillment is not done, that bhaya becomes shoka. Sometimes shoka comes pehle. You are miserable. Then you want to remove the shoka. Then for that we want to do something that's called kamana. But the kamana is not fulfilled, then we enter into a feeling of fear all the time, frightened. In these three only our life. Dehatadhatma leads to the bhaya. Therefore, as long as we are in Dehosmi Bhava, there is always bhaya. Bhaya will be there. It will not end only. Only anaham Dehosmi sthiti we reach, the bhaya goes away. So too, as long as we are looking at the world with the intellect and assessing the things and deciding them to be good or beautiful, the intellect will project some or the other desire continues. As long as that kujli desire is there, you can never be stable at one place. So too, you compare with others, compare with the past, and all the time in the shock of the mana. When I was observing these words in Sanskrit, a lot of meanings I was getting. I will not share. Russia. Yaar, you rush karo. Ukraine, Putin, Zelensky. I was trying to understand those words in Sanskrit to see how it means in that yuddha. All that is our own life only. जलते रहते हैं, दौड़ते रहते हैं, कुछ तो करने को होता नहीं है, भयम. Now see the fear to that Putin in his own nation, so much of opposition. Anyway, point is what? Shoka, Dukkha, and Bhaya are the signs of samsara of a jiva, which are endless. Absence of these three is a greatest state. To that position you will reach. When? When you do all the sadhana. And the summary of all sadhana is only one line. But that one line is digested and practiced only when we study all these three and a half prakarana. We get the arhata to study these three prakarana only when we study Ishakena Kata Prashna Mundaka Upanishads before. नहीं तो ये कैपेसिटी नहीं आएगा. And only one line is said, and very sweet it is. And really it is understandable also. But to be deeply understandable and understand and convincing, you have to refer the earlier slokas. What is the meaning? We will say, Buddhva animittatam satyam hetum prutak anapnuvan. Buddhva animittatam satyam hetum prutak anapnuvan. Huh? Here, two words are used, nimitta and hetu. Both are almost same meaning. I'll explain this. Buddhva animittatam satya means what? In the pure Parabrahma, be attentive. For it to become or express as a Jagat, there is no nimitta in that. Having discovered that state through intellectual inquiry, study, and contemplation, meditation. That nimitta was the cause for the hetu. What are the hetu? Dharma, dharma, hetu. ना उत्तमाधम मध्यम धर्मान बताया ना. हेतुम पृथक अनापनुवन means therefore having not seen any hetus. That actually this first line is the state of the ultimate truth. And all that is achieved on the seat of meditation, before which deepest contemplation happened on the basis of what was said in last 7, 8, 10 slokas. So, and how all that was done, no, I can't everything explain, but summary we can see. First of all, we have seen the world and we are in the world, we are experiencing the world as real. Continue in that, you are sukhi, dukhi, samsari, janma, marana going on. But once you start using intellect for both, that I want to have a permanent sukha and also how that can be achieved. When this inquiry sets in, when this jignasa comes, then the total thinking of the intellect starts, subtle thinking. In that thinking, what happened was this world in front of you and you are there experiencing the world. Therefore, there are two things only, the grahaka, then the grahya. That's how the discussion started. Then taking the example of Alatha, The Rujuvakra abhasas are only abhasa. So to the Grahya Grahaka are abhasa. Remember, snake is an abhasa. But though it is abhasa, when you are taking it as real, is it not troubling you with fear? So too, though the Grahya Grahaka is abhasa, still in the knowledge of the self, with the knowledge of the self, if the Grahya Grahaka is not removed, then samsara will continue. Therefore, it is not sufficient to clearly understand that these two are abhasa, but we should be eliminating it also. Then the enquiry started. And in that enquiry level, what's happening? The reality given to the abhasa is removed, first of all, by saying that it is abhasa and not real. Slowly, in the recognition of the self, even abhasa also is removed. Then what happens? What is there is that alone is seen, and what is there always is ajata brahma. Further, the processes were told to us. How these grahana grahaka abhasa happening. Okay? Now, for that, they took an example. Is there any place where grahana grahya are not there? Yeah, in nidra they are not there. What is the difference between nidra, where grahana grahya are not there, waking grahana grahya are there? The common thing is chitta. So, chitta ke karana. Is it not chitta means antakarana? Please remember, chitta means antakarana. Chitta at the final level is atma. That's what clarity. Now, in Nidra, Chitta there are not. In Nidra also Chitta is there. But in what form? Aspanda Bija Rupa. In Jagrat, Chitta is not, there are not. Yeah. How? Spanda Rupa. Therefore, the entire world of Grahana Grahya, Grahya Grahaka is because Chitta Spandana. That is what they came to. Then why the chitta is spandana, because of which the abhas are happening? They analyzed which type of abhasas are happening. On the basis of that, they came out with the hetus. The hetus are Uttamadhama Madhyama. Uttamadhama Madhyama hetus are there, therefore chitta spandana happening, therefore the grahana grahya is happening. Very contemplative, very deep. You must listen this talk at least once, twice more for more clarity. Clear? Up to this is understood. The vasanas, which are the hetus, are the cause in the form of spandana of the chitta, because of which chitta spandana is happening and leading to grahana grahya. Grahaka grahya. Grahya grahaka. Grahaka is me, the receiver, perceiver. Grahya is the jagat which is perceived. Now, these hetus, very important question is there. This is the crux of the entire Vedanta. These hetus, 2 points. Are they there in the absolute reality? Point one. Second, if not, what is the reason for which they are there? Clear? The answer is what? In the absolute reality, they are not there. One thing is clear. That you and I cannot say, but the Atma Gnani will say. And we have to have faith in them. In the pure Atma Gnana, if they are not there, the hetus, then why come they are there? Only one point, what? You are only having the avesha of that. Your insistence on that. This is what abhinivesha, abhinivesha, avesha, avesha, these words said. So, it is because abhinivesha and avesha, they are there. As long as you have those abhiniveshas, aveshas, that will be there. Like as long as I have abhinivesha and avesha, that the class should be there, that you are my audience, that you are my friends, so long you will be there. It is in only my abhinivesha and avesha. Clear? So too for you. You have abhinivesha, avesha, our Swami telling class, let us listen for his Atma Shanti. As long as you have this abhinivesha, avesha, you are there. And some of them don't have, they dropped it. Suddenly, कौन किसका है? स्वामी जी मर गया, पता नहीं कौन थे, or anything, you don't know. This should give us an example. This should become an example for us to be very clearly convinced about what is said by Karikakara with all his love and concern. That it is our avesha and abhinivesha, because of which these nimittas or the hetus are there, because of which chitta is spandana, and it is leading to the abhasa of the grahana grahya, grahaka graha. This grahya grahaka, given so much importance that we are continuously as a samsari in millions of lives. Samsara is continuing. In the continuous flow of samsara of me, the jiva, I am changing my dresses. They are called as deha. I am continuous. My dehas are different at different stages of my travel or journey. Because it is my Abhinivesha, anytime I can drop. That is what is the sadhana you have to do. And when the Avesha Abhinivesha goes away, what happens? The Hetu's gone away, Nimitta's gone away, Spandana gone away, then Abhasa gone away. In this effort, what happened to the self which was ever there, eternally there, is realized. Now, point. Second one, what is that one of the very important sadhana helps in doing this? Important sadhana helps in achieving this one is in the truth self, real self, these hetus are neither there nor required. Neither there nor required. If you insist on that, first, neither there nor required way, nor required will work. Because it's not required, you start devaluing them. When you start devaluing, they go away. When they go away, they are not there. That is why he says, the first line is, Buddhva animittata. Awaken to the reality, the possibility, the necessity. Awaken to the reality, the possibility, necessity. That in the Paramatma, the nimittas are not at all possible, not at all there, not at all necessary. That's what Buddhva Animittata. बुद्धवा अनिमित्तता सत्या, मतलब ये निमित्त उधर है ही नहीं है ऐसे जानकर, जरूरत ही नहीं है ऐसे जानकर, रियल है ही नहीं है ऐसे जानकर, यहां जानकर इज इंपॉर्टेंट वर्ड, बुद्धवा इज एन इंपॉर्टेंट वर्ड, मीन्स अवेकन टू that nobody can awaken us. Only Guru can tell us, but in the self, all these are not required, not only not required, because of your imagination of this Avinivesha and Avesha, the infinite blissful self is covered, and you are taking the world of Jiva Jagat Ishvara as real, and you are suffering there. Like in a sweet, you add salt. What is the explanation of that? Salt not only will not add to the taste of the sweet, but it will spoil. If you know that, Buddha, will you add the salt? कोई भी चाय में नमक डालता है क्या? That is the meaning of Buddha Animittata. Buddha means you have awakened. That's why any number of people make tea. They never, like a mental person या जिसने देखा नहीं कौन सा डब्बा है, वो ऐड करेगा नमक चीनी में, चाय में, अदर कोई ऐड नहीं करेंगे. In the same way, awaken to that state in you, first in intellectual conviction, that in the pure self, these nimittas are never there. It's only at the gross surface level. And in that state of mind, when you remain constantly for sufficient period of time, then what happens? The second portion will happen. What is that? Hetum prutak anapnuvan. No, this is a very technical word. Hetum prutak anapnuvan means in his bosom he will discover now a state of being where these three hetus have gone away. That's why I said this is a summary of all that. Therefore, if I have to explain this, I have to explain all the basic things. By this, all is what he's saying is through your Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and in the Jnana Yoga coming to the Upanishad, in the Upanishad coming to Mandukya, in that coming to ALAATHA Shanti, they're using the ALAATHA Shanti example. When you do the inquiry and reach to the level of the entire world as Abhasa, caused by Spandana, and Chitta and Spandana both are because of Hetu. Hetus are neither there nor required. You have to reach to that stage in your inner deep contemplation. Not only like I am explaining you intellectually, it gives a satisfaction. If you carefully listen, you may understand it. लगता है कि समझ में आया, but that will never give mukti. But really I reach in my evolution, that's called real evolution, To that level of inner conviction, I am that pure self. In me, there is no nimitta for the Jagat. Neither required because I am Ananda Swarupa, nor possible because I am not changeable or mutable. Not necessary. Buddhva nimittatam. Then only the next one comes hetum putak prutak anapnuvan. Prutak means again. Anapnuvan hetum. Therefore, there are no hetus in him. ढूंढने पर भी उनको ना उत्तम आदव मध्यम धर्म कर्म करने के लिए वासना रूपी संकल्प रूपी हेतु ही नहीं है. In fact, they are together. When you remove the hetus, then you will discover the animatata. When you accept the animatata and be stable in that, hetus go away. By these two, the abhinivesha should go away. The avesha should go away. What is Abhinivesha Avesha? Which will come in the next sloka again. That just imagining the world is required, it become a habit. That's why Sida baito re Baba bol to physically to baitega Sida, but the mind is going on having thoughts, going on. क्या जरूरत थी उसकी? क्या है? Be in calm, quiet mind, no? Just look at the face of Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. He is a consciousness expressing. There's no thoughts in him. There's no mind. There's no samsara. He's in full blissful self. Look at Tapon Maharaj. He just sits that seat, gone beyond all Tehadi. But you and I, how much we are misguided by our own selves, that we keep on having consciously so many thoughts for our desire. And even if you don't want, because inside the hetus and nimittas are there in the form of vasana, you cannot but have thousands of thoughts. Now you understand need of surrender to the Guru, Karma Yoga, listening to him, what he says, Vivek karke thoda vairagya pana. No, without all that, will the rush and gush of thoughts of mind, do you think it will be sublimated? And mind you, by this time you must understand, entire world with all its problems and solutions, the dukkha and sukha, nothing but the mind only. Like in the dream. अब तो इतना तो समझ में आना है. Mind is chitta here. Vishwa is the chitta. Vishwa mein vyakti vastu is chitta. Desha kala is chitta. Whatever is happening is chitta. The sukha dukkha also is chitta. So we are at the chitta level, not chit level. In chit, all of them are not there. So to reach to the chit, you have to dissolve all of them. By inquiry. In the deepest logical inquiry, the roots are removed. Once the root is uprooted, the entire tree gets dried up in a very short span of time. Shastrokta Vicharana, called as logic, helps in uprooting every problem. So now imagine these two words are sufficient or not for sadhana. One is in the pure self, neither hetu nor nimitta for the world. Second, you only are insisting hetu and nimitta, therefore you only are creating world and you only are caught up in that like the spider. This includes every teaching and it looks so simple. Rather, it is simple as it is said now. Just you have to stick to that. That in the pure self, hetu and nimitta are not at all there. And you are insisting the hetu and nimitta, from that the entire spandana and abhasa, and taking the abhasa as real and caught up in the abhasa. Like the children throw the newspapers and do the whistles in the movie theater when their hero comes and does something. Whereas on screen pe wo hai nahi ho, but abhasa, but given as reality. No, when you tell him the Vedanta, अरे बेटा तुम्हारा हीरो तो वहाँ है ही नहीं रे बाबा, वो तो कहीं दिल्ली में है, कहीं मुंबई में, हैदराबाद में है, ये तो सिर्फ स्नीक है. He says, no, he is my hero. For him, he is real only. That's how he gets joy out of it. He knows that he is not a hero. Hero is there. But he is enjoying it. He is habituated to that. Therefore, in the screen, whatever the hero is seeing, he will throw the flowers or the kagaj or coins. उन दिनों में पैसे भी फेंकते थे. To whom? The one who is not there. But he is there वाला इसका अभिनिवेश है कि नहीं? That Abhinivesha him is giving him the picture of really his hero is doing that. Accordingly, he is getting that sukha also inside. When he sees his own hero, when he gets beatings, he also feels so miserable. Like any cricket match. We identify Abhinivesha ki I am Indian, I am actually universal. I am not Indian only. Indian is second. I am Indian, my player should win, my India. With that Abhinivesh I watch. Therefore, when our country team is winning, then we jump with joy. Losing, become miserable. Isn't Abhinivesh? Actually, क्या कर रहा है? Some experienced players are playing. To play, there should be rules, there should be teams. So teams are made. To make it more beautiful, they called it by name of the country. So Indian team, then England team. England lost all the three. India won two matches. Now World Cup. Match number 15. 90 for 8 wickets, 130 for 9 wickets, 130 for all out. जीतेगा नहीं. फिर भी हमें आशा. Up to 6 wickets we took, but we could not. Then we become miserable. All this fluctuation of sukha dukkha, ending in sukha when you win the match, ending in dukkha when you lose. Is it not all because of abhinivesha? Just to suppose you are not Indian, you are England wala. Then the whole sequence only change होता है कि नहीं? You are Indian or you are England, you are human first. भौगोलिक स्थिति में this place you are, therefore you are that way identified for different convenience. That all is abhinivesha. I'm just giving one example to understand that जीव जितने काल तक आप बनोगे ना, बनकर रहते ही रहोगे. इसीलिए हमने कहा for some time नाहं देवस्मि नाहं जीवस्मि हम ब्रह्मास्मि, later on only अहम ब्रह्मास्मि. Why you use this word नाहम जीवा नाहं देव? जब नहीं है तो बोलना क्यों? Because बोल कर भी फिर रियल लगेगा. These are the tricks of the mind which it plays. We are caught up in that. Like a desire also. Desire, I want to fulfill, I want to get rid. Both will be cause of getting bound in the desire. First, instead of fulfilling, have a desire to get rid of desire. Even you want to get rid of desire, that also makes the desires to stay. Then what is to be done? When it comes, when it goes, आने दो जाने दो, I'll be a साक्षी. Then at that time it comes, goes, comes, some time के बाद वो आना ही बंद करेगा. That's why विषया विनिवर्तन्ते निराहारस्य देहिनः. That's how it is conquered. Like all of us left Tattvam, entered into the world. Therefore, worldliness became our habit. Now we are leaving the world and entering into the Tattva. Tattva is becoming a habit. पहला वाला वो अभिनिवेश था, अब ये अभिनिवेश है. But that abhinivesha made us bound to the non-existing unreal world. But this abhinivesha will liberate us, taking us to the reality. In reality, neither samsara is there, nor sadhana is there. Remember, you imagined samsara, therefore you have to de-imagine it by doing another practice, which is called sadhana. Removing samsara is sadhana, not discovering or creating the self. Self is always there. So, buddhva animittatam is a very high level maturity. Two things we said. Neither it is possible, neither it is there, nor it is possible, nor it is required. शुद्ध आत्मा में निमित्त नहीं है, ना संभव है, ना जरूरत है. What we are doing? निमित्त है, निमित्त जरूर है, और हम उसको संभव बना रहे. That's how the thing in your house also. To whatever the thing you have, the abhinivesh of nimitta, sambhavata, jarurata, they come. And of those things, when you find the no requirement, you throw it. Silly example we gave, but the point is this. And these are connected things. Only when you discover the animittata, then only the hetu start getting reduced and become zero. So to consciously, when you remove the hetus, by not either practicing them or practice them but as a service. then the nimittattva also goes away. In that hetus also, from the adama you have to come to madhyama. From the madhyama we have to come to uttama. Uttama also we should not do for our own phala. Now this will be exhaustively explained. If you don't miss today's Bhagavata class, same topic Bhagavan is going to touch today. Today only it will come, and today I'll do that. If required, tomorrow I'll repeat. In the 20th chapter, he says very clearly, don't do the sin to go to hell, don't do the merit to go to the heaven, and don't desire to be the human also, because in human you are bound by dehadi tadatmya, which is very tough to cross. So all this sankalpa you three drop. Then what to do? Sankalpa only to be one with the self, to be one with the infinite self, to be one with the all pervading self, to be one with the reality, the real self, which is Satchidananda, the nearest definition. Keep on entertaining this thought. As many times deeply, intensely we do, that becomes stronger. Then we really pursue that, we reach it. When we reach it, all the samsara goes, then only it will go, not otherwise. नहीं चाहते हो वो, then रहो इसी में फंसे, किसने मना किया? That's what we are doing from millions of lives. In every life, how many times I might have was born as chipkali or cockroach or machar, बनकर ही मनुष्य बनाओ. And this is not again ultimate. From here, if I do keep on doing sadhana, then only I'll evolve. Evolution only more possible. But if I do some very drastic mistake, I'll be thrown again into lower level. Hope you are understanding. Buddhva animittatam सत्याम मीन्स निमित्त नहीं है, इस बात को आप जागृत होकर. हाउ द निमित्तता इज नॉट देयर? रिमेंबर, चित्त स्पंदना, बी अटेंटिव. चित्त स्पंदना created abhasa. First you catch this. Abhasa is like rujuvakra abhasa, which is only appearance but not real. What caused chitta spandana? Are these nimittas? Dharma, dharma, adi nimitta. Uttamadava, madhyama, dharma hi nimitta hai. Be attentive. Those nimittas are really there or by choice? By choice only. Means what? Not really there. When those nimittas are not there, dharmas are not there, then what is the position of the chitta there? Remember, chitta is no more chitta. It is one with chitta only. And from the chit standpoint, is the ever the chitta became chitta? Never. Was it ever exposed or affected by the hetus and dharmas? No. Then is there any chance for this chitta spandanam? No. Then where is the abhasas? In real, they are not. है मानो तो है, नहीं तो नहीं. Like you want to see TV and movie and serial. Millions of channels are there. दिमाग खराब होकर एक बार आप डिसाइड कर लिया आज से बंद, and you break the TV or give to someone, the entire world is wiped off from your mind. World, you can do it. There are millions of people, those who don't even look at the TV. Do you think in all the hundreds of ashramas that are there, they have TV and internet? नहीं है. वो सुबह शाम अपने खेती में या गार्डन में काम करते हैं, सत्संगाल में काम करते हैं, मंदिर में करते हैं. They don't even look at that. For us, that is the entire world. And they are so busy in those sadhanas and we never look at them. Therefore, for that is zero. देखो भाई, ये सत्य है तो ये सबके लिए होना चाहिए. वो सत्य है तो वो सबके लिए होना चाहिए. ये कुछ के लिए है, वो कुछ के लिए है, मतलब ये सत्य नहीं है. जिसने जो चाहा उसके लिए वो है. एंड दोज पीपल हु आर इन द आश्रम साधना कर रहे हैं, वो भी अल्टीमेट नहीं है. दैट इज ओनली टू रीच देम टू द सिद्धि. सिद्धि में पहुंचने के बाद दे डोंट नीड टू डू, बट दे डू इट टू गाइड अदर्स. लाइक दिस पर्सन हु स्टॉप्ड टीवी, you can stop there, but don't stop. It tells others also, मैं टीवी बंद कर दी, तब से बिजली भी बच रहा है, दिमाग खराब ही खत्म हो गया, तुम भी करो, तुम भी करो. He will also make others. A non-vegetarian became vegetarian, he makes others also. Drunkard, smoker became the teetotaler, he makes others. Like in the values, so too in spirituality. Once he reaches, he tells others, भैया इसमें आनंद है, आ जाओ तुम भी. That's later on. But I am giving the example for बुद्ध्वा अनिमित्ततां सत्यां हेतुं पृथक् अनाप्नुवन्. These three will happen. Vita shokaha, Then tata vita shokam tata akamam abhayam padam ashnute. Vita shokam akamam abhayam padam ashnute. That's called as the realization. This is called Vitaraga Vayakroda Manmaya Mamupashitaha Bhavaha. This is called Jnana Tapasa. What is said as Jnana Tapasa Bhuta Madbhavamagataha of the fourth chapter, Bhagavan Karikakara proved to us through all these logics. And all of them have to be realized by us on the seat of contemplation. For that, we should become contemplation worthy and data all this tayar hona chahiye hamare samne. How to become contemplation worthy? When your desire to know the truth is million times stronger than any desire of the world. Because any desire of the world will take away your time, energy, attention. With that value given to them, even 1 hour you sit for meditation, in that 50 minutes will go about for what you want to do after meditation only. Now you understand the need of what said by Nachiketa, I want that and that and that and that alone. And I want that and that and that alone desire, how strong it must be to get the truth is exemplified by Nachiketa. That freely also when he was offered, he said nothing I want. तो सब पॉकेट में दिया तो भी मना करने वाला नचिकेत कहाँ है? नहीं मिल रहा है तो भी भीख मांग के भाग भाग के पीछे पड़ के चोरी करके हम उस वस्तुओं को पा रहे, हम किस लेवल पे? He is given, rejected. We are not given, we are dejected, and we want it. Now, with this mind, how can you contemplate on the truth? So, to such person, exactly जो हमको हुआ वही होगा. We don't even remember what are the shlokas in Kathopanishad, though we studied. That proves our worth as a sadhaka. Not only you, it is me also. Otherwise, why should we come up to this next level? Kathopanishad में मुक्ति होना चाहिए. If that Kathopanishad gave mukti to Nachiketa, it will give to everyone. He did it, he got. We didn't do, we didn't get. Why I am saying all that is the preparation, the qualification. The one whose desire to know the truth is so strong that nothing other than that he wants. Only in that case that he will be able to drop all the avinivesha which was creating the nimittas and hetus because of which these abhasa appearing and appearing as real. Mhm. देखो एंड वेस्टी समष्टि कैसा होता है लाइक आई सोल्ड आउट ऑल माई कार्स स्कूटर्स एंड आई बॉट ए साइकिल एंड आई एम गोइंग ऑन दैट वेर एवर आई वांट विल देयर बी प्रॉब्लम टू मी एनी हाइक इन द पेट्रोल लकीली इट हैज नॉट हाइक हाइक नहीं हुआ इंडिया में कहीं भी नहीं हो रहा है बट अभी 100 से कम आ गया बैरल सो टू इमेजिन द एंटायर व्हीकल्स ऑफ द वर्ल्ड आर ड्रॉप्ड देयर विल बी नो नीड ऑफ पेट्रोल ओनली वेस्टी समष्टि में सेम है ना. So one individual's Abhinivesha brought his vehicles and his petrol. Total world's Abhinivesha brought total petrol. One example. Like the entire world is created by the Vyashti and Samishti Abhinivesha only. That Abhinivesha created the Hetu Nimitta. Hetu Nimitta ke karana the entire world of Abhasa is there. Think more. I know this needs to be more detailedly worked out, explained, understood, but sufficient data. You can ponder on that more and more. Only basic point is this. In the self, the nimitta is not there, hetu is not there, abhasa is not there, spandana is not there. It's only because of my avinivesha, avesha. So, if I can remove the avinivesha, nimitta hetu go away, abhasa goes away, then I see the self which is always. Let me work on these lines. And what is said in this technical way, logically, by Karikakara is said in another language by have Viveka, have Vairagya. In Viveka, you understand that everything is temporary. Why should you run for temporary? Drop it. That's called as Vairagya. That's what said in another language. He is using his own language. Point is this only. So I like this shloka, that's why. Društva or बुद्ध्वा अनिमित्ततां सत्यां हेतुं पृथक् अनाप्नुवन् वीतशोकं तथा अकामम अभयं पदम अश्नुते प्राप्नोति. मजेदार वाला स्टेट है वो. चाहिए कि आपको, तो चाहिए तो करो. भाषा in 2 minutes will conclude. Animitatam cha satyam means paramartha rupam buddhva. Having awakened to the absence of nimitta in the Supreme Self. Having done that, first point. Second, hetum. What is hetum? Dharma adi karanam. What was it leading to? Leading to which karya? Deva adi yoni praptaye. So, the giver of Deva, Manushya, Pashwadi Yoni. The giver of all these yonis is what? Hetus. Which are the Hetus? Dharmadi. So those Dharmadi Hetus, Hetum what? Prutak Anamapnuvan means not seeing them, not finding them, not having any necessity feeling of them. Hetu ko chhodkar. So when you drop Nimittata, the Hetutva gone. What is dropping of Nimittata? Two ways. One, in Paramatma, there is no Nimitta for Jagat creation. Second, to know Paramatma, no Nimitta not only is required, every Nimitta is an abstraction. Therefore, with that conviction, you drop Nimittatva in the Paramatma. परमात्मा में जगत का निमित्तत्व नहीं है. परमात्मा को पाने के लिए भी कोई निमित्त का जरूरत नहीं है. Both things you have to hold on very strongly. There's a support. There's no causeness in the pure self for the world. Second, to know the pure self, there's no cause required because independent. This is called as animittita buddhva. This should lead to what? In the bosom, the hetu should go away. What is the hetu? Dharma, dharma. The dharma, dharma, the hetu is hetu for what? For what phala? For deva, manushya and jan, pashu, adi, janma. No, that's what is the lot of jiva, no? That's what we are going through. That's what we have to avoid. If you don't avoid the hetu, they will come. If you have the nimitta, the hetu will be there. When you drop the nimittata, hetu goes away. Hetu goes, phala goes away. Phala gone away means what? We have reason among all these three. Manushya, Pashu, Pakshi, Adi, Janma. And where are we? We are one with the truth. That's what in the Bhagavata also. Same will come in the evening. Don't desire to go to Swarga and don't do those things by doing which you go to Naraka, and don't desire to be human also for long, because among all dehas, human deha, as much sophisticated it is, so much problematic also, because it gives so much of happiness, sukha, through the indriyani, therefore, and it is endless, therefore you will be bound to the Manushya deha without doing sadhana. You know, there are some flights, they hop someplace only to collect some food and water. Not staying there much. If they stay much, some fellow will enter and do the hijacking does. So too, the human life should be taken as only hopping point for flying in the sadhana. Don't desire to be human also. What is the desire to be human? Human life is such one. You have the love from parents, love from family, love from friends, love from neighbors. If you are really a good person, everybody loves you, rewards you, awards. अब इतना मजा आने लगता है. अब कहते हैं स्वामी जी अब क्या करें साधना, आप फ्रस्ट्रेटेड फेलो, आप कर लो, मैं तो इतने मजे में हूँ. देखो मेरा fourth generation also looking at me and laughing. You know, people get caught up. Dangerous है human body. And in bhogo mein, human life just gets oozed away. By the time you open the eyes, you are already 80, 90 years old. अब क्या करें? खत्म हो गया. I never imagined that I become old so fast, so quick. अब देखो तो क्या, अब कल का ही दिन लग रहा था कि we were playing cricket, we were enjoying in the footboard of the bus. We were bunking. कॉलेज तो ज्यादा नहीं किया bunking. All was there. कल ही था ऐसे लग रहा है. That's the human problem, human life problem. Ki you go into the bhoga, time is over. Why all that? Because you want to enjoy as a human. But don't desire even to come as human being again and again. You'll be caught up in problems as well as responsibilities as well as temptations. So many responsibilities you'll have of children, grandchildren, endlessly have. That will be in the evening class. Now, supplementing that is this, supplementing this is that. Here, what we are studying technically is said by usual language in that Bhagavata by Krishna. Bodhva animitatam satyam hetum prutak anavapnon vita shokam tata kamam abhyam padamashnute. Now, dharma dharmadikaranam devadiyoni prapte prutak anavapnuvan means anupadana means what? Tyakta bahya eshanaha. The one who has risen above all these three eshanas. Putra, Vitta and Loka. Vitteshana, with that, we will be happy with the objects. Lokayeshana is that by doing punyadi, we go to higher worlds. Putreshana is what? We are happy with the people of the. Vitteshana is objective sukha. Putreshana is sukha with the people. And Lokayeshana is same happiness with objects and people in the higher and greater realms. These are the three Eshanas we always have. Ashna is desire. Desire for wealth and objects, desire of people and love, and same things desiring again and again whenever we go to other world or better worlds. People go to America from India for what? More money and more people, loving people. There also they create their own friends and relatives. Same they were having here also. And where the Americans go, they go to Angaraka planet. वहाँ कोई है ही नहीं अभी तक. Putreshana, Vitteshana, Lokeshana. It's not English location where you send to people in your WhatsApp. I'm here, please. Location. Share your location. I have a lot of location. Loka means this place, that place. In this world, location is wanting to go to one place or the other. Beyond this is what? Swarga Loka, that Loka, this Loka. And in Vedas only it is said to get Vitta, what Yajna to be done. And with that Vitta, you exchange the objects and enjoy. And to get Putra, children, what Yajna to be done. Putra is Putra, Pautra, and all. Different lokas also. But three things. One, unless these three Eshanas are transcended, truth cannot be comprehended. Second, at our level and other level of study, the Ashana transcendence is done jabardastili. But when you study Mandukya with Karika, willingly, choicefully, we transcend because it is going deep in analysis to prove the fallacy in the entire gamut, in the entire drama. No need of force. Logically thought development. अब जो दिमाग वाला अकलमंद है वो समझ लेता है दिमाग से तो ऑटोमेटिकली छोड़ देगा. That is with need of Shastra based logic, which is more powerful than any other to get out of the Ashanas. But again, coming out of Ashanas should be not the goal. Goal is Paramatma. Clear? Ayega 79 में one of the most liked shloka by me, for me, how Bhagwan is right from again the scratch guiding us. कहाँ से start करना है? Very beautiful. I'll chant it, see tomorrow. Today 78 done, we'll not do it tomorrow from 79. अभूताभिनिवेशाधि सदृशे तत्प्रवर्तते अस्तु अभावं सबुद्ध्वैव निस्संगं विनिवर्तते निवृत्तस्य प्रवृत्तस्य निश्चलाय तदा स्थितिः विशेषहि बुद्धानां तत्साम्यमजमद्वयम् अजमनिद्रमस्वप्नं प्रभातं भवति स्वयं सकृदिभातो हि एव एषः धर्मो धातु स्वभावतः सुखमावृयते नित्यं दुःखं विव्रियते सदा यस्य कस्यचित् धर्मस्य ग्रहेण भगवानसौ अस्ति नास्ति अस्ति नास्तीति नास्ति नास्तीति वा पुनः चलस्थिरो भयाभावैरावृणोत्येव बालिशः कोट्यशतस्र एतास्तु ग्रहैर्यासां सदा आवृतः भगवान् आविरस्पृष्टः येन दुष्टः सर्वदृक्ौ प्राप्य सर्वज्ञतां कृत्स्नां ब्राह्मण्यं पदमद्वयम् अनापन्नादिमध्यान्तं किमतः परमीयते प्राण विमनो ह्यशः शमः प्राकृतौ उच्यते दमः प्रकृतिदान्तत्वादेव विद्वान् शमं व्रजेतु सवस्तु सोपलम्बं च द्वयं लौकिकमिष्यते अवस्तु सोपलम्बं च शुद्धं लौकिकमिष्यते अवस्थनुपलम्बं च लोकोत्तरमिति स्मृतं ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं च विज्ञेयं सदा बुद्धैः प्रकीर्तितं ज्ञाने च त्रिविधे ज्ञेये क्रमेण विते स्वयं सर्वज्ञताय सर्वत्र भवति ह महाधियः ॐ ॐ From next shloka, the 5-6 shlokas are one set. He starts with abhuta abhinivesh, insistence on that which is not there, and starts explaining next 5 shlokas, the entire thesis. This subject should be studied absolutely fresh mind say actually. I should reverse the classes now. Do Upanishad first and then the other things. Very sublime, very helpful, very deep. We will pray to Gaudapada, Shankara, Manduka Rishi, Atharva. He help us, bless us, because we know if we miss this again, we will be caught up in the samsara. We should not miss it. Please do something and make us deeply study and understand this highly sublime topic, which will definitely redeem us from all inner insufficiencies, inefficiencies regarding sadhana. Oh Bhagwan, please help us, help us. I am praying on my behalf. For you, it is your choice. In such prayers, I can't do for you. You should do. In general, we do for all. बट आपने लिए खुद करना. थैंक यू. ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. परमऋषिभ्यो परमऋषि परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे मंडूकमहर्षे गौडपादाचार्य आद्यशंकर अद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. 16th chapter गीता आ जाओ.